I'm Mark Grimshaw, a stand-up comedian and theme park addict. I love theme parks and have lots of ideas for what would make the perfect theme park. Obviously, in an ideal world, I'd have been stood in front of a sign that said Jurassic Mark. But what would theme parks look like if designed by comedians? In this series, we're going to find out. This is Dream Park. Hello and welcome to Dream Park. I'm Mark Grimshaw, and this is the show where I'm joined by guests from the world of comedy and entertainment to find out what their dream theme park would consist of. Joining me today is a comedian, a podcaster, a Twitch streamer, an author. One day he'll find something he can do properly. It's Matt Hoss.
Hello, it's me. I am a jack of all trades, certainly not a master of any of them. I'm just waiting for one of them for me to be a master in. One day, Mark.
You know what, Mark? We're all waiting.
You know what? I've just realised through my many years of doing comedy, the vibe I inhabit is purely supply teacher. That's me. That's me. I'm supply teacher Hoss, for sure.
Not just supply teacher. You are 100% supply geography teacher.
Yes, yeah, because I don't really know that much about geography, but I don't think that matters. Like, oh, volcanoes and hills, done. Sea.
Yeah,
nice.
You just turned up and gone, I don't know that much. GeoGuessr.
That looks like I'm going to answer Croatia for every single one.
So I suppose I should start this by asking a little bit about your theme park history. Like, are you a regular theme park? Not now, obviously. I'm not suggesting you regularly break into theme parks in the middle of the pandemic, but
that's what I do. I like a chilled theme park as well. So if it's just me, oh, lovely stuff. Right. So
it is the dream way to do theme parks, isn't it?
Absolutely.
At time of recording, this time last year, I was in Florida for 3 weeks on my own, and oh God, it was bliss.
Yeah, it's
love so nice not having some cunt there telling you to go on It's a Small World. That's what I'm saying. and yes, I did just refer to an unnamed family member as a cunt.
Hope you're enjoying this Grimshaw family. But yeah,
they are watching.
But with I love quiet theme parks, but yeah, I guess I've been to quite a few. I feel that I've been in conversations with yourself and people like Eddie Hurst, who have I would say a top next tier level of roller coaster and theme park fans. I've been to Disneyland Florida 3 times. I really loved that.
You've been 3 times and you've still not learned that it's called Disney World.
Disneyland World.
You've still not looked at the sign.
No, didn't need to. It was very, very enamoring. But yeah, went to Disney World a lot of times, and places like Busch Gardens, and I loved Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. And yeah, also near where I live is Whitewater Valley. Proper love that. Really,
I loved the absolute skirting around the existence of SeaWorld there.
Oh yes, genuinely, I just went over my head right there. Yeah, SeaWorld,
on-brand thing you could have done there.
Though I am a vegan, I have been to SeaWorld. Not as a vegan, but yeah.
To me, I think it could be a great theme park because the roller coasters that they have there at the moment are phenomenal. They just need to stop with the whole animal cruelty thing, and that'll be grand.
Yeah, it's a pretty odd thing to have, and I think it's not. I don't think I'm that well versed into the conversation to really speak with any expertise, but there is certainly an argument.
Why even book you?
Yeah, yeah. It's just one of those things where it's weird looking back at it, if you know what I mean. So for my theme park later on, you'll find out there is only a very small amount of animal cruelty, but. It's what gets the punters in, Mark. It's what gets the punters in.
I can't wait for Matt Hoss Kicks Dogs live experience.
How vain do you think I am that my theme park is based around me? Because that was the first draft.
What would you say then is your favourite ever ride or attraction you've been on?
Dueling Dragons in Islands of Adventure, and I love it because if you don't know what it is, it's basically there's a red dragon and blue dragon with its separate track, and they interlink with each other. So there's basically like two carriages going at the same time, and they coalesce together. And it's a lot of fun, and I love that as well. And as a kid, that meant so much to me.
See, that answer tells me how long it's been since you've been to Florida.
Yes, it's been a while.
For a long period, Dueling Dragons, they'd stopped running the two dragons side by side after a number of injuries caused by things dropping out of people's pockets.
That makes sense.
Then it was rebranded from Dueling Dragons to Harry Potter's Dragon Challenge.
Really? Yeah,
and then it was rebranded to a scrap heap.
Oh no! I thought that would have survived. Oh no! But yeah, my dream theme park. It's going to be in fact, there's going to be quadruple dragons interlacing with so many injuries that people can't like go on. The thing is, I love roller coasters, but like sometimes there's that kind of that corporate edge, which is sometimes a bit too much for me. Do you know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like, but. Yeah, I kind of...
Sorry, corporate edge at Disneyland.
Disney World Land. Thank you very much.
So should we get onto your park then? So let's start at the front of the park, because obviously the first thing you see when you arrive at the park is the name of the park. What are you calling the park?
Well, I gotta be honest, I didn't actually... Right, the first draft of this, and I don't think I've written anything better, but I think I can create a better name. But genuinely what I wrote down was Batmanland.
Was what?
It's called Batmanland. The idea it's all Gotham themed. It's a kind of a DC dashed and kind of like a city where you go to Gotham for the day. That's essentially where you go with a lot of activities, a lot of roller coasters. It's a Batman special. And
you didn't think of just calling it Gotham City? You thought
yes. Well, that's what I was going to say. Batmanland was what I wrote as an initial concept. I didn't get beyond. Well, I have done beyond the original concept, but I could call it Gotham. Welcome to Gotham. Gotham. Yeah, maybe. Let's stick with Batmanland.
Could just call it Gotham City.
That sounds boring. Let's call it Goth.
Oh, that sounds boring. I'd rather go to Batmanland.
Yes, let's go for Batmanland. It's fun. Now, you're probably wondering, Mark, Matt, are you the biggest Batman fan in the world? Not necessarily, but I'm a big enough fan to talk about it for this whole episode, I feel. And I feel that as when you kind of like you do something like you go, I should have thought about that afterwards. Like you just finished the project, and I know for a fact as soon as I finish this podcast, I'm going to go, oh, that'd be a better idea for a theme park. But I put a lot of thought into this, and I think Batmanland is going to be a hit.
Until in half an hour when you go, should have done Spider-Man Land.
As a concept, I really love playing the Batman games, the Arkham series, where you can kind of the idea is that you can kind of go and you can fly around Gotham using Batman equipment, and you can fly from building to building, solving crimes, and also being a bad guys. And I love that aspect that you can it's kind of free will, and you can kind of go any way you want. And I wanted to replicate that in terms of a theme park. Not everyone's not being Batman, but it's that kind of, it feels like it's Gotham at night. Yeah, I mean, it's quite
you can tell how much of an expert on the subject you are from the use of the phrase, you can use Batman equipment.
yeah, I am an expert on this. So, do you want to take you around the kind of the aspect of it, or what would you like to know next, Mark?
I'd like to walk into Batmanland.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Batman. It's good, isn't it? It's funny. It's not bad. Batmanland.
No, it is bad. That's the problem.
It does have an air of a board meeting who has just it's been a stalemate for months. So Batmanland's the only compromise.
I thought like Universal Studios was quite a lazy name for a theme park made by Universal Studios, but you've really outdone it with Batmanland. So should we walk into Batmanland?
Yeah, absolutely. Put on your belt buckle, say goodbye to Alfred, and let's go out the Batcave.
Get all your Batman equipment ready.
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy bar. No, I don't know. You can cut that bit out.
Nope, that bit's staying.
Okay, thank you.
I just want people to see your level of expertise in the kind of knowledgeable area of Batman equipment.
Thing is, my other idea is going to do the thing I know quite a lot about. I was going to do the Mass Effect world, but I kind of think like that would be no one cares about Mass Effect, so I thought I'd go for a more commercial idea.
I love the fact that it's your dream park. It's imaginary. It's never going to be built, and you're still thinking, yeah, but how can I market this?
If it's my dream theme park, right? I need people to like it as well. Mark, I need validation. That's how it works. I want people to go, "Oh, this is such a cool place," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Have you been on the cool ride?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't been on that one yet, but I'll go. It's a very long queue. Yeah, because it's very popular and they made a lot of money from it. My dream is to make a lot of money from this and then move to the Cayman Islands. That's all I want, Mark. Is that something?
Would you like to hear how people are talking about this park in the outside world?
Yes, please. Yeah.
You've been to Batmanland. It's a stupid name, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a really stupid name. Only a fucking idiot would come up with that. I wonder who did. Have you heard of the Castival podcast? No.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, it was some guy who hosts that. Sounds like a prick. So let's move on to the first attraction that can be found. Batmanland.
I'm going to start strong, and I think this is what I would like to pitch.
You should have called it the Park Night.
That's better. That's what we're calling it. Yeah, it's Park Night. Park Night. I'm sorry. You know what? We were waiting for a pun, and Mark did it. Right. What I'm going to do, Mark, for the edit, I'm going to say it as if it's my idea. We should have called it the Park Night, please.
I love how you say for the edit, like you have any control over the edit.
I'm just trying to influence you. For the edit, which it's definitely going to stay in. Oh, it's definitely Park Night, which is my idea. Thank you. Thank you.
So I've decided that it's now going to be called the Park Night.
So here's my initial idea, and I feel like it might be a flight of fancy, but here's the kind of idea. Obviously it will all be like safety check, but the idea, it's called Joker's Comedy Club.
Obviously.
Yeah. And so this is what it is. It's kind of set like a comedy club, and for all intents and purposes, you can actually go and see gigs there. It's a playable venue and stuff like that. And on special events, they do stuff there. They have a lot of fun there. But on the flip side, it's also a ride. What's that all about? Because what happens is that there's a scheduled show on like every hour on the hour, and let's say it fills up with 100 people, and they sit in specific seats. And they go, okay, sorry, the show has been delayed. What's going on here? Oh, I haven't got time to finish off my Coca-Cola. No, you don't, because you get strapped in, ready for a roller coaster ride, choo-choo. And basically, then the floor...
Have you ever heard a roller coaster before?
My understanding it's a train, and I've got it wrong. But the idea is that Joker comes on the screen and goes, "I'm sorry, there's no laughs today." And basically, that's my Mark Hamill impression. But what happens? It will the floor will give away, and it'll kind of coalesce into a ride. And basically, the Joker takes you onto like a myriad of adventure through Gotham, and it's kind of like it's spooky, it's scary. You see lots of cameos. You see Harley Quinn hit you with a hammer, and you fly off into a different direction. But then Batman saves you at the very end, and you get placed back at the comedy club, and you have your drinks. It's a lot of fun.
So I have a few questions for this one.
Yeah.
One. Is it an actual like moving ride, or is it a simulator?
I think in my head, I think practically it would have to be a simulator. But if it's a dream park, which this is, I think it has to be roller coasters, because I think that'd be quite.
It's the park of your dreams, but with things that could exist in reality, Matt.
Yeah. See, I think there's a lot of people might be severely injured if we make it a roller coaster, but I kind of think that will be cool. I think it'd be cool. Actually, tell you what, we'll make this into a simulator. Fine.
What I was thinking is that you've got this room that is basically completely floor ceiling walls, all screens. And so the effects of everything falling away is merely a screen, and then your chair is moving in time with the action that's appearing around you, is what I was thinking as a way of that feasibly existing. But I am well aware, Matt, that you have essentially just created this ride because you want a functioning comedy club in this park because you want the work.
Mark, I need this, okay? I need this to happen, you know. And it's called Joker's Comedy Club, but I'm the resident compere. Thank you very much.
Which is the exact reason why the Joker says there's no laughs today.
Yeah. And also at the end of every gig there, outside the comedy club, there's a set of stairs which I put face paint on and I dance my way down at 3 o'clock every day. So also what we could be, to follow your idea of screens, we can also have like a Tower of Terror kind of vibe where it's like a big drop, if you know what I mean, and have people like in the same kind of thing, and that could be an idea as well.
That's quite an interesting idea actually, because there is a new ride at Disney World recently called Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Only opened at the beginning of last year, and for that it's a dark ride as you move around, so you're just going around in a car. It's a trackless ride, but you're going around in a car, and then at the end you go into an escape pod, and that escape pod is a lift shaft that drops you down like the Tower of Terror whilst you're in the dark ride car. So if you're saying that this that everyone's being strapped in on this attraction, you could make it so the entire room that they're in drops down, and then they exit on a level that's lower than where they started.
Yeah,
because that's what happens with Star Wars Rise of Resistance, is that's in there purely to get you back down a floor so you're at the exit.
I think that sounds like a great idea, and one I made up entirely by myself. Thank you very much. I think that it'd be quite cool because you have like a Joker themed kind of area, and it can be kind of like sinister and kind of like it has a strong theme. Do you know what I mean? And like you can have like Joker on the on the DJ booth and like, next up it's something. You know what I mean? Like maybe the Joker.
I can't wait for the Joker's Castable episode.
Yeah.
I have something on the main stage.
So I think that's not a bad beginner, I think.
Oh, I think it got really good when I added to it. Which growing theme of this park, really.
Yep, absolutely. And I can't wait for you to be disappointed at the rest of it.
Oh, I can't wait either.
Would you like the second ride of choice?
I mean, it's very much the format of the show, Matt.
And so I've just changed this based on the alteration of the last one. And
based on audience feedback.
Yes, because I heard some people say they didn't know who I was and they thought I was shit and they called me supply teacher. So that was hurtful, but we're moving on from that. Next one.
I'm glad you enjoyed my improv scene.
Yeah, and it was a hurtful reflection of what people think of me, and I don't think it didn't help my self-esteem there. But never mind.
But I am available for acting work, so
yeah. Yes, please do. But the next ride is basically, you know, the Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith.
I do, yeah. It might surprise you to know that someone that's been to Disney World 6 times is aware of that ride, but yeah, I do.
Well, it's also for the listener as well, and basically you kind of get into the stretch.
Sorry. You said listener singular. Are we just moving on from that? You think there's only one person?
The one person who's listened to it was the family member you called a cunt earlier. To be fair, they might have stopped listening to it by now.
Yeah, they've not stopped by. I'm not here to take the insult of one listener. You can say that again, but this time say listeners, please. I value all three of them.
So what it is, Rock and Roller Coaster for your listeners is that it's you get into the back of a stretch limo and Aerosmith take you on through basically a roller coaster with music blaring. It's very cool. It's very original, and I like it. I think that's where it's where I started to really love rock music. So it really meant a lot to me when having that ride.
But it's basically indoor Rita Queen of Speed with loops.
Oh, that's you have a very articulated way of talking about rides there. It's very nice. But my idea is instead of a stretch limo, it's very much a stretch Batmobile. So you kind
I'm
of get into
so expecting it's a stretch comedy club and it has actual gigs.
because I need to work. But yeah, it's basically a Batmobile ride where you are going through the streets of Gotham and you feel every turn, and you kind of bump into all these different kind of like villains. Like there is basically there's like people like Bane, there's people like Calendar Man, Mad Hatter, some of the more obscure ones. You know what I mean? There's some kind of like people who the reasons why I mentioned other villains because they appear later on, but basically you get to kind of see this Gotham. You get to hang out with Robin and Nightwing and Batgirl as well. It's really it's a fun filmed like treat.
It's fun-filled. Is that what it says on the marketing?
Yeah,
Fun-filled treat.
Yeah, it's in the press
Batmanland.
release. It's in the press release, Mark. That's all you have to matter in the press release.
Come to Batmanland. We've got fun-filled treats.
That does sound a bit dodged, to be fair, but fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it'd be quite a cool one, and you can kind of like get your picture of Batman afterwards as well.
Oh, you've got a character meet and greet in there.
Well, I think we'll have a cardboard cutout, or
You've got a very low budget character meet and greet. Let me just fully put this on a level. In no other theme park would the character meet and greet be a cardboard cutout. There's only one place where I've seen a meet and greet be a cardboard cutout. I went to see the Jeremy Kyle show being filmed in Manchester when I was doing TV and radio production at uni.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go into the studio, they let you have your photo taken with a cardboard cutout, not of Jeremy, but of Graham. Basically, what you've done here is you've put Batman on the same level as Graham from the Jeremy Kyle show.
Right. Okay, fine. Throughout the whole park, you get to meet and greet all these different characters that are in their outfits and stuff like that. And sometimes they fight each other. A bit of playfulness. That's a bit of fun. Not like GBH, but you know what I mean, like a play fight. You know what I mean, like because I really love the theatre pieces of
like GBH.
Yeah.
Put that on the casting sheet that you sent round. We need you to almost kill your colleagues, please. Every day.
I like how immersive theatres like Punch Drunk do a lot of the thing where like a lot of characters interact with each other, and it can be quite cool. You get to follow different characters around and kind of engage with stuff. And there's like even plot lines happening. You're like, oh, what's happening over there? What's happening over there? It's a lot of fun. And that's the kind of thing you get up to.
That's a genuinely good idea because earlier I was talking about the new Star Wars ride at Disney. When you're in the area, Galaxy's Edge, you're in a fictional planet that's been made just for this attraction. But as you're walking around, there's stormtroopers walking around that can stop you and question you.
Oh wow!
So there's really immersive experiences within that because there's a little game you can do on the app there where you can join either dark side of the Force or the light side of the Force, and there's a plot that you can interact with, and so as part of that you can be stopped by stormtroopers that are roaming the planet.
Yeah.
So I think you're going down the right lines by having a similar kind of vibe.
Yes.
With DC villains.
Well, and also on top of that,
I had to force you into that rather than having cardboard cutouts dyed around.
Yeah. I forget it's a dream theme park because I kind of feel that I have low budget. I've gone for I'm quite a practical, productive person.
You've gone low budget when you've bought the IP rights to Batman.
But that's why we have to go low budget because they really screwed us over, Mark.
Sorry, you can't meet Batman. But what we have got is we've got one of those pictures you can put your head in and you can pretend to be Batman.
Well, that's what I meant. But we'll have those as well. We'll go all out. We'll do both. But also on top of that, I've also thought at the start is that you get a little like chit, and the idea is that you can work for Jim Gordon. You get to do a detective mission because one of my favorite things about Batman, which is kind of underlooked in the films mostly, is that he is a really incredible detective. He's really good at figuring stuff out, and you get to be part of the Bat Squad and figure some stuff out. So around the park, Jim Gordon has asked you to find his clues. They're quite hidden, and if you find there's like a little Riddler clue as well. So if you manage to figure them out, you're able to they give you the information. Basically, you get a little gift at the end as well.
It's a little game to play around the park as you go around.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do another reference to a theme park thing here, a bit like Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, which is surprisingly enough at the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World Land.
It's a good name, isn't it? Like Batmanland, but better.
And what that is basically it's a collector's card game where each day you can go to the front of the park and collect some cards, and as you go around the park, the screen's dotted around where if you show your card to the screen, you can do a play along game where you're basically fighting against selected Disney villains.
Mm-hmm.
So I think again that's a solid idea that Disney have already done.
Well, but yes, but like I feel that
that's not. I need to clarify before you get on your high horse here. That's not an insult. That's me saying that it works in practice.
Yes, thank you very much. Right. So I've kind of got. I think I've got one and a half good ideas left. Then I've got a lot of bad ideas for you.
Right, should we hit half first?
All right, half one. It could be a ride. Well, I think it could be a ride. Yeah, we can make it into a ride. The idea is we have the Poison Ivy Garden Centre. Oh, it's outside. Like
it doesn't need to be a ride if you don't want it to be. It can just be a plant conservation area.
Well, here's the thing. I feel it's kind of like there will be a ride there, but let me take you through the idea of it first. So you kind of go through this conservation. There's like different smelling flowers because with Poison Ivy, like bursts of like odor kind of coming to you, and there's like and the idea is like a lot of different like animals are there. Like there's Killer Croc and stuff like that. They're there, and in my notes, but probably Bane because we couldn't fit him in elsewhere.
And Bane's on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yes, but I improvised that, but he can be in two places at once. So he's
so good at improv, mate.
Well, I'm available for acting work like Mark.
Yeah, but you've got an agent they need to go through. They could just email me direct.
You could have like little like the spinning daisies, like kind of like spinning teacups, but like you have the daisies, and there's Robin there, like little Robins help you out and stuff like that, and there's probably some Batman equipment as well to help out.
You can't go without any Batman equipment.
No, not at all.
So the way you're describing your Poison Ivy ride there, sounds a bit to me like this would have been there when you went to Florida years ago. Living with the Land at Epcot.
Oh, I don't.
Boat ride that they've got that takes you through all the greenhouses they've got where they grow the food that's used on site.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's like a 10-minute boat ride that just takes you through all of the greenhouses where they, funnily enough, have plants.
Oh, so I kind of like that. It's kind of like something that gives back. You know what I mean? It's like there's a bit like composts and stuff like that. There'll be like and you can get your hands dirty as well with Poison Ivy, and and there's probably a roller coaster there.
Maybe don't use the slogan "Get your hands dirty with Poison Ivy."
Yeah, rub it into your eyes, kids. Right, and my my kind of final good idea, which you might disagree with. I'm just going to say the title and I'm going to say it and then I'm going to wait for your beratement. Okay. So what it is, you know how like in certain places you can get the specialist cafes. What we're doing is the Catwoman Cafe. So it's like a cat cafe, but there's one Catwoman who's sat on top and she's like, purr, purr. And you get to stroke her if you want. But she's often like,
out.
You pay £5
of staff that's just hired to be harassed.
But she's just there being a cat, really. You know what I mean? Like it's
you can stroke her if you want. Just think of
okay. Let's. I redact that. I meant you could you're there to see Catwoman. She's on the little things like purr purr, like she's acting like a cat, really, and she's like just going around.
I was worried that you were going to say Bat Cafe.
Yeah. Oh, that's better. That is better. Unfeasible, but yeah, we're gonna have to next door to it is a Bat Cafe. That is so much better. God damn it, Matt.
Yeah, that is better than your sexual harassment cafe.
No, it's not sexual harassment. It's nothing like kids get to go and like shake Catwoman's hand. That's what I meant.
Or give her a stroke.
No, not like in that way. I just meant like just in. Yeah, well, that's what we do to like cat cafe. Do you know what I mean? And like she can come around and be like, "Oh, how do you're right." Also, here's a.
How do?
Here's a niche little joke for people who like Batman. Instead of buying hot
for those before you say it, just for those who don't like Batman, this is probably going to be about some Batman equipment.
It's not Batman equipment, but a Batman character. Instead of buying hot toddies, you can call them. We call them hot Jason toddies. Jason Todd. He's used to be a Robin. It was a Red Hood. Okay, so that's one of the many themes we had.
For those that aren't Batman fans, that was apparently a joke.
And I gotta be honest, right? That Mark, I'm pretty sure you can tell. At this point, I started to panic, and this was about, I gotta say, 10 minutes before the record.
Well, when you were panicking when you wrote Catwoman Cafe, I can't believe it. And sounds like most of me here though isn't the fact that you're panicking, but the fact that you said this is your last good idea. I really want to hear the bad ideas now.
Yes, because here's the bad ideas, right? Here's the things that didn't make the cut, but I think I might include them but I just want to clarify these are bad ideas, okay?
Unlike Catwoman Cafe, which was fucking brilliant.
Seriously, Mark, after I mention these, you're going to be like, actually not a bad idea. So,
oh no.
Okay, number one is folding clothes with Alfred. That's it. You get to fold clothes with Alfred. You get to hang out with in Bruce Manor, and just get to Wayne Manor even, and you get to just hang out with Alfred. He gets to do the laundry and stuff like that.
And I love the fact that instead of saying maybe do a haunted mansion style tour around.
That's good.
The manor. You instead decided, no, we're just going to have people fold clothes. We're just going to get them to do laundry while they're here.
Yeah, well, it gets worse, Mark. Okay, so number two is start a hedge fund to fund vigilante crime. You basically work as a stockbroker for about 5 years, and and that's it, really. It's not very fun.
Yeah, also, it's a hefty commitment for a theme park.
Absolutely.
Is getting tied in. I came here to go on the roller coaster. I didn't expect to get unpaid employment.
That's how we make the money back, Mark. It's going to be good for us.
It's through stockbroker slavery. Okay, moving on.
And finally, and I'm not really happy with this, and I'm sorry, everyone. This is not.
But you were happy with Catwoman Cafe to give Catwoman a stroke, and you were happy with slavery on the stock market.
Okay, all right. Let's not dwell upon that too much, but I definitely think that one of the rides that you can do, which I'm not happy with, but one of the rides you can do is you get to shoot Bruce Wayne's parents. Okay, I said it. That's it.
Right. I need to ask further questions about this. What kind of ride is it? Is it like a Buzz Lightyear or Men in Black Alien Attack style where you're and you've got the little guns on your car and you go around and you've got to keep an eye out for Bruce Wayne's parents as you go around the track, and as soon as you see them, bang, bang, bang.
I feel that is a better idea. I think the idea I originally thought of is go to an alley with a shotgun, and there you go, Bob's your uncle's.
It's literally just the one set. There's an alley, there's a gun. Go and kill one of our staff, please.
Not kill, it's like theatre rights, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, I'm Tom Wayne, the spleen hurts.
Sorry, guys, it did say in the contract that you can expect grievous bodily harm, so you knew what you were signing up for.
But yeah, I kind of think that your idea might be better. But yeah, that's my idea for my park night. And what do you think of it, Mark?
Do you know what? It started really strong. Like, it started with some genuinely good ideas, and then it devolved into sexual harassment, slavery, and murder.
Well, I kind of feel that it was a good park.
I think that's less about you than it does me.
No, okay. Firstly, the sexual harassment was is not absolutely. We do not stand for that in this park. Murder, that was an unfortunate accident, not our fault. And finally, what's your one? Slavery. Yeah, we will let you go at the end of the day. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah, it's a misunderstanding.
Just a bit of fun playing in the stock market.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of fun.
There's one more question that I ask in every episode, which is the standard layout of these kind of theme parks is that you've got your lands, and then in the middle you've got your central hub, which kind of has a landmark of the park. Mm-hmm. What would the landmark for your park be? So, like Disney has the castles and Universal has the big globe. What is the landmark of your park?
It's an open Arkham Asylum. That's it. It's right in the middle, okay. And it's broken into, and you can go and explore it, find clues, find out more about stuff. There's like a little museum in there as well for all the different bat costumes and stuff like that. It's like a little, and you can have dinner there as well. It's nice. But yeah, I kind of think Arkham Asylum's cool. There'll be like a ride in there as well. Like imagine, just probably a good one. Yeah, I mean
there'll be a ride. I imagine it's your dream park. You should know this.
Yeah, but like it's something. You know what I mean? Like it'll be like I don't know. Like you get. It's kind of like a mixture of all the. Oh, maybe. Oh no, we'll say.
What happens if we take guests and we imprison them for 5 weeks? That seems on brand for your park. So just to give a quick recap of what has happened in this episode. At the start of the show, Matt Hoss was complaining about how corporate some theme parks have become. And so what he's gone on to do is make a theme park based on a millionaire vigilante, which features slavery, sexual harassment, and chores.
Okay, I feel that we lost a lot of points at the end for the bad ideas. I did say they were bad ideas. I didn't want to stick them in, but
no, you said Catwoman Cafe was your last good idea.
Okay, that was a miss. But to be fair, they having the cafe with Catwoman theme. It's quite cute.
Oh no, that bit fine, and then it went off the rails.
Yeah. Okay.
It went off the rails quicker than Thrillville.
Yeah. But I also, Mark, I also have kind of, I'm not sure if you want to ask this now, but I also have the theme park's music in the background as well, if you wanted me to tell you about that.
I mean, I would like that, since, you've got some guitars there, because you've really come from money.
Well, actually, it's, I could improvise a song for you now, but I actually think that what I would like the music to be, and obviously I actually think the DC soundtracks for like the Arkham games are really fantastic. I use them a lot when I'm writing. However, there's been a cock up at the park, mate. Someone in accounts has picked up the wrong licensing, and ironically, much to my own detriment at this DC park, we have picked up the Avengers music instead. It's in the background. It's like did-did-din, 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 did-did-din. It's like, isn't that the wrong thing? It's like it doesn't exist. Yeah. Go to Joker's Comedy Club. There's a set starting soon with Matt Hoss.
Welcome to Batmanland.
Another idea I had was Jurassic Park, but where you get to manage Jurassic Park. It's good.
Or you just do all admin all day.
Yeah, that's my idea of fun. Doing admin all day.
Right. Well, thank you very much for that park, Matt Hoss. It's really giving me a view inside your mind.
I don't feel good after this, Mark. I feel like I've made a lot of mistakes, which will come to haunt me for years to come.
Oh yeah, you are getting slated on Twitter tonight. Where can people find you on Twitter?
If you would like to personally slag me off, please find me at Matt Hoss Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I do a lot of broadcasts on there. And on top of that, if you wanted to check out the other things I do, you can go into www.matthosscomedy.com. On there, you can find books, more about Castival, and all the other podcasts I do.
A big thank you to Matt Hoss for joining me today. We'll be back next time, when I'll be joined by another guest to go through their dream theme park. And hopefully it won't be Batmanland.
Hopefully it won't be as bad as Disney World Land as well. So
hey, Disney World Land's great.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.